Hi guys, this is Fawad again from SZK Squash, and today I have this model of a squash court that me and my dad made, and this isn't the best model, but because I was bored and I had a limited amount of time, this was the best I could do, but I'm sure I can make better than this. So with this model, today I'm going to be showing you the rules of squash, the basics, and I'm going to be explaining to you some history. So I hope you enjoy, and let's begin. So what is squash? Squash is a fast moving game which requires skill, speed and supreme fitness. The ball can reach speeds of 170 miles per hour and players can burn off up to 1000 calories per hour. So I think squash is the best game to lose weight and gain a lot of fitness. The dimensions of a standard squash courts are the length from here to here, which is 9.75 meters. The width from one corner to the other is 6.4 meters, and diagonal from this right top corner to the left bottom is 11.65 meters. The height of the court is approximately 5.64 meters. So let me first explain the basic shots and serves in this game. We will start with the serve. There are different kinds of serves that you can use in different situations, so there's a variety of serves. There's a lob serve, which you can hit on the top near to the line above, which will then come slowly and die near the back of the court. There is also the hard serve, which you hit just above this middle line, so it shoots past your opponent. And there is also the serve which goes directly on your opponent, so you hit around here in the middle of the court and the ball goes straight to your opponent and it deceives your opponent. So now that we've done the serves, we will now look at the most important shots to play while you are playing squash, which are the length and the cross. The length and the cross are important because they allow you to move your opponent wherever you want. They also trap your opponent in the back of the court, allowing him to give you a weak return, so you can then play the shot of your choice, either end the rally, keep it going, move him around, and this also allows you to take control of the rally. This allows you to get back to the tee more, and it allows you to indicate the game. This allows you to move the player where you want, and you are then more relaxed. Rather than chasing the game around, you are moving your opponent. So I will show you where the length and the cross have to go. When you hit a length, it has to come deep in the back, which allows you to then get a weak return and play the shot of your choice. Same with a cross. When you play a cross, it cannot come anywhere near the tee and has to come right at the back and die. This makes it difficult for your opponent to hit the shot of their choice and play their shot, which allows you to take control of the game. So there is not just one kind of length or one kind of cross. There are a few different ones. There's a variety. So when you hit length, you can make a die by hitting it around here and the ball dies straight away. There's also the one where you can hit the ball on the middle line and it comes back of the court, or you can hit it hard and get pressure on the opponent so he can make a mistake. Then there is a cross, which you can hit a hard and low cross, which then dies straight away. There is a cross where you hit in the middle of the middle of the court, which then goes back around here and makes it difficult for your opponent. So the other key thing on a squash court is the tee. Here in the middle of the floor on the squash court, there are two lines. So you might be thinking, why this is called the tee? So it's called the tee because it looks like a tee, and every time you hit a shot, you must come back to the tee. But it's the best thing to do after you hit a shot anywhere on the court, because this allows you to go anywhere on the court more quickly and go more easily. So now that I've explained this to you, I'll be explaining some lets and some strokes. So the stroke. What is the stroke? This is key for the beginners because the stroke determines most of the points in the game. It can give you the most amount of points and it can cost you the most amount of points. So the stroke is basically when you have you play a shot, and if you play the shot on yourself and the other player is right there, you are in his way and he cannot play the shot. He cannot play across or a length. And if he plays the shot, he will hit you on the way. That is a stroke, and the point is awarded to the other player. So a let. A let is when the opponent is interfering in your shot or is in your way. So imagine if there's two players on the court and player one hits a shot and player two is coming, but player one is in his way. So if the referee thinks player two can get to the ball, he will give a let or stroke depending on the situation. So now I will give you a brief history of squash. So it began from the game of rackets, which was played in London prisons in the 18th century. Later, around 1830, boys at Harrow School, which is just outside of London, noticed that a punctured ball, which squashed on impact with the wall, offered more variety to the game of squash. The game then quickly spread. This game is now 130 years old. After Hashim Khan, there was a great line of Pakistani squash champions, including Azam Khan, Mohibullah Khan, Roshan Khan, Aftab Javed, Gogi Aluddin, Mo Yasin, Qamar Zaman, Mohibullah Khan Jr., Hadi Jahan, and the two greatest of all time, Jansher and Jahangir Khan. Jahangir dominated the sport for 14 years, winning the British Open 10 times and the World Open 8 times, and was undefeated for 5.5 years, which is a big accomplishment. Jansher then took over in 1989 with his first of World Open titles. In its early days, international squash was controlled by the Squash Rackets Association of England and the United States Squash Rackets Association, but in 1966, representatives of the sport from Australia, India, New Zealand and other countries met in London and agreed to form the International Squash Rackets Association. So this is the end of the video, but from the start you might have been wondering, why is there Gul Sports on this squash court and what does it stand for? So Gul Sports, it was my grandfather's shop in Pakistan, and it was a sports shop, and this was also SDK, Shah Zaman Khan's father. So, and this is where everything began from for Shah Zaman Khan and where he started playing squash. So my grandfather used to give out rackets and squash supplies to everyone who played squash near our area. Then it wasn't for the sake of the money, it was because he loved the game, and yeah, he just wanted to help other people. So you might be thinking, it was a massive shop, it was such a big shop, he could give everything to other people. It wasn't that big of a shop, it was a small shop, but he did give out things to other people because he wanted to help them out. and he trained Shahid Zaman Khan anywhere he could, every time he could. And so yeah, this is the end of the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, hit the like button, and share the video, and keep an eye out for other videos on the channel that I'll be posting out the basic rules of squash and other fundamentals. So see you. Bye.